The course Leadership in the Fire, Developing Character took place at Canadian Forces Base Borden in Barrie. The course was offered in partnership with the Canadian Forces. It was a 4-day course. The first half day or so we spent some time in the classroom understanding the basics of leadership and how the course would unfold. But then we quickly stepped out and for the next 3.5 days engaged in a series of activities that we would perform in small teams, building structures, conducting reconnaissance missions, but also long marches where people had to carry their colleagues on stretchers and so forth. The point of the entire course was to really get people out of the comfort zone and really stress test them, so to speak. Mild fatigue, mild hunger, mild irritation, in an effort to get a little bit of a better understanding about themselves, how they would function in stressful, difficult situations. What made the course especially challenging this time around was that the weather didn't always participate. At times it was very hot. Next thing you know, we would be marching in the pouring rain. Everybody was cold. Throughout it all, people received lots of feedback, both from the facilitators, members of the Canadian Forces, as well as their peers. And to supplement the learning, we had a number of speakers visiting the program, both generals as well as business leaders, sharing with the students their views on leadership.
Number 4, we've got to recite the odd, then the even leadership principles.
I'd like to offer 3 key takeaways from the course. First, I think the students have a better understanding of their own personal strengths and weaknesses in very stressful situations. The second key takeaway is I think that the students have a better appreciation for what it means to be a good leader and follower in difficult and challenging situations. And the third takeaway is that I think the students have a much better appreciation or understanding of the 3 C's of leadership: competencies, character, and commitment.
Yeah. Okay. Who's gonna hold the stretcher?
I will.
Okay.
Can we bring it in quickly?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
4 section on 3. 4
section.
I think there's compelling reasons why the course should continue. As you can imagine, we have had several informal one-on-one conversations with the students. We're currently reading their reflection papers, which was the course assignment. It was quite clear to my colleague Mary Crossan and myself that for many of the students the course was both a formative experience as well as for some a very transformative experience. What it means to lead, what it means to be a good follower, but also how to behave in teams, how to make oneself very successful. And so I think the course was a success, and certainly a lot of people, in a very compelling way, I believe, learned a lot more about themselves.
This is number 4, so everyone got that. Number 3.
Okay.
Stretch your clothes upside down on the water, Jerry.
The biggest takeaway I took from it is that it's not a one-man show. You really have to use everyone around you, and like we've talked about, is delegation, and make sure that everyone else is pitching in to achieve one goal. So as the first course senior, I felt lucky that I was able to experience it without any of the knowledge that we learned in the following days. So that was my takeaways.
You'll be alert at all times, beware of your surroundings, and watch for unusual events along the route.
I came in really eager. I think, a lot of type A's in the course. Everybody wants to get down to business and start doing work. And an important takeaway for me was the importance of delegating tasks and trusting ranks above you and gaining the trust of your subordinates.
So the first phase is we're going to move to BP 95. I think that the biggest way that I've evolved as a leader is really enforcing 2 things. The first thing would be to give really clear directions, even if they're really clear in my mind, really breaking things down for people. And the second thing would be to delegate. What really was challenging for me as course senior was to step back and let other people do it, and to let them shine, because they can do it.
I did not have much knowledge prior to this course, which probably isn't a great thing, but it definitely taught me a lot about their leadership styles and how effective they are, really. And it's just really cool to see kind of the contrast between a military perspective versus business. And there's definite similarities, which we found out, and there's also some differences, so you can kind of get the full perspective. It was great.
There's not too many experiences that really allow you to push the boundaries of leadership quite like this course. It's really intense, but an experience like that is rare. So if you have that opportunity, definitely sign up, because I think that it's been valuable for me, and I'm sure that it would be valuable for other people.